My 27F sister ended an 8-year relationship and engagement with my best friend, 32M. Now he's stonewalling me and all our friends of 10 plus years. What do I do? I've been friends with him for 13 years now. He was like a brother to me. He taught me how to drive, was a role model to my younger brother, and was one of my closest friends in the world. While I was supportive of his relationship with my sister, I was very honest about my concerns over how unhealthy they were. When they briefly broke up for a year and a half, I supported my best friend and made it clear through words and actions that my friendship with him did not depend on his relationship with my sister. A few days before last Christmas, my sister ended things. It was a sudden breakup, considering they were engaged, had a wedding fund, planned to have kids by 2021 and had actually made plans to buy a nearby house only 2 days before the sudden breakup. When the breakup happened, I told my best friend that I would give him time and space if he needed it, but that I was still his best friend and I wanted to foster our friendship through this hard time. He has since cut me, my brother, and all our mutual friends off. I found out through social media that he jumped into another relationship with a much older mother of 3 only 2 weeks after the breakup. Through shared friends, I learned he is not acting like himself, not showing up to work, being rude and easily aggravated, making it known through social media that he's sleeping with her. He was an extremely conservative Christian and didn't believe in sex before marriage, and showing little interest in hanging out with anyone except this new woman and her friends. These are huge red flags, but when I reached out to him last to express how much I missed him and how sad I feel about the radio silence, he left me on read. Is there anything I can do? Should I just give up? Should I speak out and tell him I'm extremely concerned? Too long didn't read. My sister broke off an 8-year relationship with my best friend, who has moved on quickly and cut off all of his friends. He is ignoring my messages, but his behavior is worrying me. What do I do? Honestly, it sounds like he is going through a crisis. All you can do is send him a message of support, tell him you are here whenever he wants to talk, and then, you just go on with your life. Unfortunately, there isn't much you can do right now. Unless he wants to talk to you and your friends, he won't. My ex after our breakup behaved similarly, basically alienated all of his friends, immediately took up with someone they all couldn't relate to and weren't fans of at all. He almost instantly became a completely different person because he didn't want to grieve or process. After the novelty wears off he will probably come back around, but he's going to need time. He's spending all his time with this new relationship to forget and move on as fast as possible. It's sad for you and the friends he's tossed, but just know that this isn't who he is. He's suffering and this is the only way he's able to handle life right now. Pretty normal thing to change your life when something messes up. If being a conservative Christian that shows up to work every day ends bad, might as well change up. If your rule brought you to this, what use was the rule? I would be kinda surprised if he ended up wanting to be friends with you, but you never know. What was the reason for the breakup? That seems relevant. The suddenness is suspicious, given where Tower's headed and for how long. I've been kind of avoiding answering this, largely because I don't want to demonize my sister online. They had briefly broken up for a year and a half after my sister cheated on him with someone who, at the time, was his best friend. This happened about 2 years into their relationship. While I never got the full details, I believe the definitive breakup happened after my sister shared that she felt that she had fallen out of love with my friend. I suspect she confirmed what a lot of his shared friends, myself included, had suspected, which is that she had fallen out of love with him some years ago but was staying in the relationship because she liked the fantasy of becoming a Christian wife with 2.5 kids and a house. When she asked to go to couples therapy, he refused and they subsequently broke up. He's very hurt and angry and acting out. Hopefully with time he will heal from that and get his life and friends back. he just needs time. A much tougher pill for you is even if he does, you and your family might not be included in that new life. See it from his perspective. If you were so hurt by someone, would you want the family of that person giving you advice? No, I wouldn't. Do you have someone within your friend group also reaching out who's maybe got a bit of distance? They may be better placed to reach him right now. A much tougher pill for you is even if he does, you and your family might not be included in that new life. See it from his perspective. If you were so hurt by someone, would you want the family of that person giving you advice? I know I wouldn't. I agree with you, which is why I made it clear to him both this time and the first time they broke up that A, our friendship predated the relationship and was not defined by whether or not he was dating my sister, and B, that I wouldn't take sides or even broach the subject without his consent. The issue isn't that I want to give him advice, I don't. I just miss my friend and am hurt that he won't return my texts and is giving all of our shared friends the cold shoulder. Your later point, at least 2 other shared friends of ours, not family, have told me that he stopped talking to them months ago. Need polite excuse to break up with my sweet girlfriend who I am no longer attracted to. Hi there. Too long didn't read. I am no longer physically attracted to my girlfriend and don't feel that I can marry her. However, I still care a lot for her. Breaking up seems the only option, but how do I break up with her without telling her that I am not attracted to her anymore? I want to minimize hurting her feelings. I'm 27M, in a 3-year serious relationship with a 27F. I love my girlfriend and I care about her and wish her lots of happiness. There are a couple of problems. 1, I have gradually been losing physical attraction to her due to some gradual changes in her physical appearance combined with some of my changing preferences, and 2, I am getting bored of her because she is a homebody, has hardly any friends, and, mostly unintentionally, restricts my social life because she wants me to stay home and keep her company. Things have gotten to the point where I don't enjoy having sex with her anymore, and when I look at her face I don't feel like kissing her and I don't feel attraction. I also feel an urge to get out on my own. I am worried that I feel this way about her after only a few years of dating at a young age. Having said this, I want to make it clear that I think she is a wonderful person and I do care a lot about her happiness and well-being. I also am very close with her and I do enjoy spending time with her. I have a strong emotional bond with her. I do love her, but perhaps now in a more platonic sense. I just don't feel like committing the rest of my mortal life to be with her and to merge my entire life with hers. She expects us to be moving towards marriage. I think I have realized that I need to break up with her. This realization has been very painful for me. My question is, how do I do it without being a heartless bastard and saying I'm no longer attracted to you, we need to break up? Please, I appreciate any ideas you might have. Have any of you been in a similar situation? You should absolutely break up with her, but there's no reason to be painfully honest, or to place the blame on her, when doing so. A simple "I don't see a future" or "I'm unhappy" should do. Others have given some good practical advice on the specifics of how to do it, but I wanted to comment and urge you to not try to manage her feelings about the breakup, even if your intention is to minimize hurt. It's impossible to do so, and not your place even if it were possible. She'll feel what she'll feel, and you can't control that. But you can show her kindness and respect, and that will likely help in the long run, even if she feels incredibly hurt in the immediate aftermath. But you're going to have to let go and allow her to figure out how to help herself emotionally without you. Just do it. You know you want to, and that's reason enough. She might ask why and want specifics, but you don't need to give them. Just "It doesn't feel right to me, it's been really special but I just don't feel it anymore. I will always value the relationship we've had but it's time for it to end." Or something vague but true like that. Asking for and getting specific reasons is an attempt to negotiate your way out of being broken up with. It's best for both of you not to engage with that. If you do want to say you want to get out more, you don't want to be a homebody, that's fine, but don't get into whether she can change or whatever. If you have to say a reason, just say it the once and don't argue the point. Try to get her to see it the way you do. I second the call for a clean break too. It's confusing and more emotionally painful all round to try to stay on in her life as a friend or whatever. Maybe in a year or two if you cross paths again and have had time to heal. But a key part of breaking up is that you no longer rely on each other for emotional support, so there's no good done by sticking around. Be polite, be firm, be sensitive, and be kind by not dragging it out. It's not fun to break up, but it's the right thing to do. You can do it. Do it as soon as possible. The longer you wait, the longer she has to wait to start healing. Don't give her specifics, just say you're not feeling it anymore or that you've grown apart. Do not let her use this as an opportunity to negotiate or change. Be firm that you're not changing your mind. That false hope of renewing the relationship is so painful and makes the heartbreak even worse. It also puts in her mind that there's something wrong with her, and there isn't. You two are simply on different paths, and you both deserve to be happy. And you both deserve someone who is 100% into you and on that same path. Make sure to do it in private, because it sucks to be broken up with. In public sucks and adds a layer of humiliation. If you live together, make plans to be gone afterwards for a few days. Also, maybe call a trusted friend or family member of hers that can be there to comfort her after the breakup. Do not help her through the breakup. That extends the pain and makes it so much worse. It is absolutely gut-wrenching to be in so much pain and realize the other person isn't feeling it as deeply and has already moved on. That will hurt her so much more, and really end any possibility of you two being friends in the future. Set a time for no contact, unless contact is needed to separate things like living arrangements, exchanging stuff, etc. Block her on all social media and make sure any mutual friends aren't reporting your every move, and vice versa. It seems so mean to completely cut off someone you love, but it will hurt her less in the long run. She can't heal with you in the picture. Space will help her heal. And tell her you're cutting off contact, so it's not a shock later on. It's okay to tell her that you need space to heal, and it's not a punishment. Good luck. I think the above comment is giving great advice, and I agree with everything they said except for one thing. I do not believe you should be there for her afterwards, if they don't take it well. Sorry, that's not a good idea at all. To me, only my opinion. Feel it could drag on, and she will keep making excuses for you to help her through it. No. Let her find other ways, friends, family, counseling, research, etc., to help her. You are growing apart, and you both want different things now as you're growing up and maturing. It happens a lot, and you should not feel bad. You want to experience more out of life besides sitting at home with her. There's nothing wrong with that, just as there's nothing wrong with wanting to sit at home. People change as they age, and their desires and needs change with them. I also hope you break up in person, as that would be kind. You're not going to stop caring about her, so I can't imagine you being nasty when you break up with her. Recently started a new job and my 29F coworker 50F is acting differently after I didn't do what she asked me to do. So I recently changed jobs and am currently in orientation. There are two others who are in orientation with me. She talked to me one day when I was alone and told me all the new people seemed to be struggling and need more orientation. I told her we could benefit from more training, but we still have a few weeks left. She told me to email my manager and educator and tell her when I did. I didn't like this because I felt like she was instructing me to do something. Also, I didn't feel comfortable emailing management in the middle of my orientation that I need more training since I have a few weeks left. I didn't email my manager like she told me to. After this conversation, she stopped saying hi to me, doesn't acknowledge me, and just looks mad when she sees me. I didn't email my manager but did tell my educator I need more training in specific areas, which I am okay with now. I feel like my coworker is mad I didn't email like she told me to. Like, what do I do? Too long didn't read. My coworker seems to have a dislike to me after I didn't do something she asked me to do. I don't know if I can even talk to her about this because I feel very new. What do I do?